to find this diamond, and I'm seeing you get really caught up in it, but eventually, but you felt like at first you were, just thought it was a wonderful thing, and then it was more and more and more, people wanting to have this object, that it just made people, the worst, let's just say the worst in people came out. And I'm just saying you were able to see that in yourself, that, gosh, I'm losing myself. I'm really losing myself in this, this desire for actually something that's just a rock. It's just, in the air. And everybody is losing their mind about, this. And so I'm seeing in spirit it was you brought in such a great opportunity for you to really notice a lot about how the masses could affect each other and how it was affecting you, and maybe more importantly, was that you didn't have to have that. You didn't have to respond and match other people like you did for a while, but something clicked, and I'll say that would be you. The soul clicked and said, "Look at the bigger view. This is a part of Earth. It's beauty, and it's fine to share the wealth, literally, but people are losing their minds, really, not." So I'm just saying you had to give it up, being even there at the mind. It's interesting. Both past lives had some sense of when this big information came into your system that you had to make a brave change. And this one was also brave because people were really angry at you because you had the good equipment, the best equipment, you had the best mind, and you were somehow going to, they made them very angry because they wanted to fulfill their, let's say, greed at that point. But you were not swayed. You had been swayed before, but you stood your ground, and it looks like you sold the mind and found a whole other way of living that had, it was like, it's a nice metaphor, but like you found the diamond inside yourself. It was like, it was there the whole time. It was me, spirit, inside my body, and I'm already perfect, and I'm already all shined up, and I don't have to be, faceted or anything. I'm multifaceted. It's natural, and it looks like you went around and kind of, in a way, preached to people, just with, in the sense of like going into a restaurant or an inn or whatever it was in that time frame, and just talk to people and tell them, here's something that's really, really great news, and here's something so special, and you would just tell them how you felt and how you felt about the diamond that was glowing inside you, and not so much in a religious sense at all, but in a spiritual sense. And the freedom, that's what keeps coming up to, the word freedom in that life. It was like to let go of that, having to get the exact right thing, and taking on all that energy from other people too. That you learned tremendous amount of information about how to deal with the big bad outside world and the pressures of many people, especially in your own day-to-day life. So I'm seeing, you're validating that is exactly your desire in this life, and it's real for you. And I'm just seeing you're bringing it forward again because sometimes, there's a lot of incoming energy and, disruptions and the bigger picture and all of that. But if the diamond, that's your soul, your spirit, is there inside you, and you already do, but it's reminding you. You can even sort of have it more at the surface than ever before, and you can. And it looks like there's an important part of it too about sharing with other people, in just the sense of being happy, and that's the big. That's how people will look at you and go, "How come you're happy?" Well, let me tell you something. Yeah. So I'll leave that one for that past life, and we do have a few minutes if you'd like to ask a question. Do you have a question?
I do. I'll try my best to put it into short form. It really does tie into both of these past lives, I think. But by lately, I mean probably the last 10, 15 years, but I've felt like there's a quantum leap coming in my life, and I've felt that way for a really long time. And I feel like that this quantum leap is kind of right beside me, and that it really does have a lot to do with abundance, not just financially. But I just don't know what that is, if that's really just me not being satisfied with everything I have, or that there's this leap, and I just don't know how to get there. It's almost like an alternative life that's been following me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Well, I got to say that your rose came up right away too, because what I'm seeing, some of that, like how clear you are about things that you want, and the feeling of having it and being there. Yeah, I'm not saying that anything is blocking it. It's just that it's coming. It just looks very like you're very real with it. You know how it feels, like it's so much inside already that it's kind of how can this not be manifesting yet? And it just looks like the kind of last part of all the healing that you've been doing towards this gift, we'll say, these gifts. The step that you're on right now is removing what other people want for you or wanted for you, and that's why it's a bit like too many petals, in the rose, because some of that is not your information, and so you've been sort of going, okay, I'm totally open to receive what I want, and then it's like, well, maybe you are, but what about this and this and this? And you're like, well, I didn't even want that.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
I was in the shopping cart and going, who put the whatever in? I don't do that. I do that. But it just, and that, the diamond inside, to me, that's kind of the answer to the whole thing. It's like, it's there, it's already, it's just beaming, but there's just some kind of layers of old energy that you've still got to go. That's the last remnants, so to speak. And you've done so much with it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything else. No, it just looks like, just really validate yourself. Really validate yourself that, it's all true. It's all right. It's not me just making things up or anything, because I know that when you just relax, it all sort of looks like it sort of shifts into alignment, and you genuinely feel, so that it's it's you. Okay. So
great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. You're welcome. So I'd like to thank everyone for listening in and for being part of this spiritual adventure. I invite you to listen to and like the show and share it with whomever you feel might benefit from these ideas and insights. And remember that you can access all the shows in the Dream Vision 7 radio archives. This is my last show on Dream Vision 7, and I want to say a huge thank you to all the people who've been so supportive and helpful over the last year, especially Deborah, Bob, Deborah, Shep, Stephen, and of course, all of you wonderful listeners. I really appreciate this gift. Thank you so much. Peace and love to all. This is Virginia D. signing off for now.
Please join Devra next time as she delves ever deeper into how living in quantum love can free you from the chains of limited concepts we've been taught all our lives. Devra's personal experiences, along with her enlightened guests, will chip away at what keeps us separate from the truth of who we are. Living in Quantum Love on the Dream Vision 7 radio network every Thursday at 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Time by going to dreamvision7radio.com. Visit Devra Laval, Master Spiritual Coach, at DevraLaval.com. That's DevrahLaval.com.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.